Habari Gani, Mainduga Nadada. This is General Abu Amin Ra, your elder and your defender and protector. Also, at sometimes, I fill in as your teacher. Listen, my brothers and sisters, I spent most of my life in California, running a business, my own business. After retiring, I came to reside in Tuskegee, Alabama, an historical location, a city managed and governed by African Americans. Listen, my brothers and sisters, let me advise you of something. The water in Tuskegee, at least in my neighborhood, is brown. It's undrinkable. So we spend a lot of our monies buying purified or distilled water from the stores. Now listen, Tuskegee has nothing outside of the Institute of Tuskegee, Tuskegee Institute, and the Veterans Administration Hospital. Besides those two main structures, Tuskegee has only fast food outlets for people to work at. Listen, listen, listen. Tuskegee has been referred to as a bush town. You know what a bush town is? Bush towns are the little towns in Africa that bushes overrun and they are backwards in everything they do. Bush town. Now recently, there was a visitor of mine, a friend of mine rather, and a visitor of mine who came to Tuskegee and immediately called this a damn bush town. I said, why you call it a bush town? She said, look at it. All the lots with bushes taken over, houses dilapidated, and the city refuses to fill the potholes and pave the streets. This is the most devastatingly looking, awful place I've ever lived in, Tuskegee, Alabama. Even has the historical spot, the Tuskegee Airmen has an airfield here and a museum for us to visit. But the town itself, this is an awful place. It's a bush town. I hate to say it because it's managed on the government level by black people. And there's nothing here. It's a dilapidated town. And one of the Bushes came through here and called it that. He said, they'll fix these potholes here. It's a giant ghetto. The Veterans Hospital is here. Remember the Tuskegee syphilis experiment on black men, over 300 of them? Experimenting and injecting them with syphilis without their knowledge and seeing how they die and their reactions so they could record it for medical sake. Ain't nothing changed. It's still the same game. Brown water, bushes taking over neighborhoods, vacant lots, big potholes in the streets need filling and the streets need repaving. And blacks in office are not doing anything about it and claim they can't do anything about it. So what's going on? What's happening to the funds in Tuskegee? I'm asking because I'm a citizen of Tuskegee and I have that right. I don't drink the water here because it's too brown flowing out of my faucet. The street I live on has tons of potholes. It needs paving. We've been asking the city council to do something about it. They haven't done anything about it yet, and maybe they won't do anything about it. Now listen, let's elevate this place from a bush town, meaning it's populated by bushes, and clean up the residences, clean up the neighborhoods, bring some businesses to Tuskegee. Come on now. Tuskegee, a bush town? Tuskegee, Alabama. Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver, the Black Airman. Damn. Makes me ashamed now to say I'm from Tuskegee. Tuskegee's an awful place to live. Dilapidated homes, bushes taking over homes, mansions being taken over by bushes. Come on, Bush Town, Tuskegee. Straighten your act up and get your game together, and you won't hear from people like me putting you down, trying to disgrace you and shame you so you'll do the right thing. Tuskegee, Tuskegee. Show us the best part of you, not the worst part of you. Come on now. You don't have to be a bush town. You can be a thriving town if you do the right thing and spend the money the correct way. This is not because I hate Tuskegee. I'm doing this because I love Tuskegee. The historical Tuskegee. But that Tuskegee's gone. Not to remind us of that except the Tuskegee Institute, a university, whatever you want to call it, and the Museum of the Famed Black Airman who did that job in the Second World War. Listen, my brothers and sisters, we deserve better than this. And our city council need to get on the job and do what they are supposed to do. Tuskegee, Tuskegee, Bushtown, USA. Once again, peace and hotep to you, my Nduggas and my Dadas.